Hey, soldier! Welcome to Pocket Ronnie. Sit down, pay attention, and conquer your fear of math.
Okay, we're going to do what's called Binomial Theorem. There is an explanation in the book. I'm going to do it a easier way. I mean, you get the same answer. So, 10C8, we are trying to find the fifth term of this problem. Well, you can either go and expand it out and write out the whole answer and then count out the fifth term and see what your answer is. Or there is a quicker way to just find out that term without expanding this whole thing out. Okay? Remember, this is still your A term and your B. The main thing to remember is the negative goes with the 2. This is negative 2. So here's how these things work. I always like to remember the phrase, the last shall be first. I say that because I'm going to write the last term first. Usually when I work these problems, there are 3 blanks that we're going to put something in each blank. Okay? My last term, I'm still going to put it in the last blank, so I have negative 2. I'm going to raise that to the 4th power. Where does that number come from? It comes from that. Okay? This number is 1 less than that. Okay? 1 less. This exponent is 1 less than whatever term they're asking you for. We're looking for the 5th term. 1 less than 5th is 4. So now write my first term, which is x. I need to put an exponent on that. What exponent am I going to put on? These 2 exponents have to add up to the same as this, whatever this exponent is. I have a 4 here, so I need to have a 2 here. Again, these 2 exponents add up to whatever you're raising your power to. Okay, now for this blank, where does this come from? It comes from Pascal's triangle. So go to Pascal's triangle. We are raising to the 6th power. So go to the 6th power line on Pascal's triangle. We are wanting the 5th term. So count over to your 5th number. On Pascal's triangle, for the 6th line, you should have these numbers. You should have 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So this is the line you should have at this for the 6th power on Pascal's triangle. We want the 5th term. So you count over. If I can hang on to my dry erase marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my 5th term. This is my coefficient for the 5th term. So in this blank is where we will write in 15. Okay, so this number came from the fact that the 5th term of the 6th power on Pascal's triangle. We counted over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th term. So at that point, we are ready to simplify everything that we have here. So first off, we have 15 times x squared is just x squared. Everything is multiplied. 15 times this times this. Okay, everything is multiplied together. If it was added or subtracted, I would put signs in here, but when there's not, it's just everything multiplied. 15 times this times this. Now negative 2 to the 4th. So this is negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. That's an even number, so it will turn out to be a positive. And then negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 should be 16. Now it's 15 times x squared times 16. Now we're just back to numbers, letters to letters. So we can multiply our numbers together. 15 times 16. That is 240 and then x squared. Nothing more to simplify. So what this tells me, if I was to expand out this problem, the 5th term would be 240x squared. Okay, again, just to reiterate, these problems are called Binomial Theorem. The process you're using to figure out this is Binomial Theorem. I'm just not going through the long explanation of Binomial Theorem. This is 10b10. we want the fourth term of 2x minus 2y raised to the fourth power. So I like the saying, the last shall be first. So I take the last term of my a and b, I take my last one and write it in its appropriate spot here in the very last place, but I write it first. And then the exponent on here will be 1 less than this. So 1 less than fourth is 3. So that is 1 less. So then I write my first one next, which would be 2x. What exponent? Be sure and put parentheses around the whole thing. So this negative goes with the negative 2y, parentheses around that. Put parentheses around the 2x. So if this is 3, then these exponents need to add up to 4. It needs to add up to the exponent up here. So therefore this one needs a 1. These two exponents add up to this exponent up here. Now, this number here comes from Pascal's triangle. Comes from, that's your coefficient. So because our answer is going to be something times this times this. So go to Pascal's triangle. We're raising to the fourth power. So you go to the fourth power line, your Pascal's triangle. Your coefficients are 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. We are wanting the fourth term. So count over first term, second term, third term, fourth term. This is the coefficient we want to use because this is the fourth number over. So I put a 4 right there for my coefficient. So now I'm ready to simplify everything. I still have 4. 2x to the first is still just 2x. Negative 2y cubed. That means negative 2y times negative 2y times negative 2y. In other words, I have to cube the negative 2. Cubing negative 2 is negative 8, and then cube the y. Oh, so this means 4 times 2x times negative 8y cubed, or 4 times 2 times x times negative 8 times y cubed, which means I now can combine numbers to numbers and letters to letters. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times negative 8 is a negative 64. X times y cubed is just xy cubed. When you have these, when you have two variables, your exponents should add up to what your original exponent was. That's a 1, 3, and that adds up to 4. So this would be my fourth term if I were to expand out that whole thing. Alright, now let's go down to 10D, number 6. Oh, going back to 10B10, just to recognize, when you have a subtraction sign and you were to expand this out, your signs would alternate. Negative, positive, negative, positive. So it's okay that you get a negative, you know, when you have a subtraction up there. Okay, now let's go to 10D6. We want the second term of this, okay? Just to recognize, we have a fraction here, and this fraction has a negative sign in front of it. Alright, so the way I start these problems out is I draw my 3 blanks. I'm going to have some number times something times something. Okay, so what do I put in my blanks? My last blank will come from this last one here. I will write it first. The last shall be first, meaning I'm going to write the last thing first. So negative 2 over 3. Now I need to put an exponent. It comes from this. 1 less than this. 1 less than second is 1. So that is 1 less. Now I write my first thing next, which is x, and I need an exponent on that. Well, those two exponents have to add up to this exponent up here. So if this is a 1, this has to be a 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. Now this number here comes from Pascal's triangle. I am raising to the 6th power, so go down to the 6th power line of Pascal's triangle. It should look like this. 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, 1. I want the second term. First, second. This is the number that needs to go right there. That's my coefficient, or that's my number from Pascal's triangle. It's not the final coefficient, but that's the number I put from Pascal's triangle. Now I need to multiply everything out. So I still have my 6. X to the 5th is just x to the 5th. Now I need to do negative 2/3 to the first power, which is negative 2/3. Okay, now it's just numbers to numbers, letters to letters. This is like 6 over 1. 6 over 1 times negative 2/3, numerator to numerator, negative 12 over 3. What is negative 12 divided by 3? That would be the same as negative 4, and then x to the 5th. Still keep carrying your x to the 5th. The way I got my negative 4 was combining my numbers together. My fractions together reduced down to negative 4 x to the 5th. That would be my second term if I was to expand this whole thing out.